Welcome back to GamecocksOnline.com. I'm joined by head volleyball coach Tom Mendoza. If the Gamecocks pull out a thrilling 5-set victory over number 18 Washington State at home to open the season. And Coach, what are your initial thoughts coming off the court and seeing your team rally back from a 2-0 deficit to get this win?
Well, I mean, we knew with such good opponents this week that no matter the result, the fans were going to get their money's worth, and I think regardless of what that final score in the fifth set was, I think that was the case. We played really good volleyball and for long stretches. Washington State was playing really good volleyball, and that's what we want to see, and that's what we want to test ourselves against, and that's what same thing. I'm glad we got the reward of finishing the match, but I think it was just such a valuable learning experience, especially starting three freshmen in the lineup, and I thought they played very composed, but just this experience is so valuable for a team that's still gelling early in the season. So hopefully this pays off more than just the great win, but obviously we're excited to get that too.
And obviously a lot to talk about on the court, but off the court, just in the stands, talk about the fans and what they were able to bring to the court today. The energy was unmatched.
Yeah, we missed that last year, and obviously, with good reason why we couldn't have fans last year. But hopefully, we can do it responsibly and keep everyone healthy. But yeah, we missed the atmosphere. I missed the Carolina Volleyball Band, and we're not allowed to have them this year. But we'll hopefully get them back next year. So just the atmosphere, I put the atmosphere in the Carolina Volleyball Center up against any in the conference or any in the country. It's just such a live event. You can feel it, and I think for student athletes, that's such a cool environment to experience, regardless of which side. You could tell even there were points where Washington State was enjoying it, even though obviously the fans were hoping that they were going to lose points. But that's what you sign up for when you play in the SEC, is to play in a great atmosphere and at the top level, and that's the experience we're trying to give our student athletes.
And back on the court, it seemed like the story of the match was early on, running through the middles, Robinson and Rupert, to keep you guys afloat a little bit offensively as your pins tried to figure some things out with the Washington State block late. It was all Riley, all Kyla, putting balls away. Lauren McCutcheon with some huge swings on the left and right pin. Talk about your offense and how they were clicking today.
Well, the pieces weren't fitting together quite the way we needed to. The passing wasn't allowing our middles to get involved early. They were hitting for a good percentage, but not enough attempts because we were passing. We weren't passing poorly, but it was a lot to 15 feet off the net as opposed to inside the 10-foot line. So that was really our conversation: was we don't need to change too much. Just give us a few more opportunities for our middles to score points, and then that'll start opening up some of those seams. Because Washington State's a really good blocking team, and if they know the ball's going to the outside, our left sides are going to have a tough job. So our passing opened up our middles opened up our pins, and then our pins took off. Especially Kyla and Riley on the left, and I thought that was going to be an advantage for us going into it, just because those two have been such a big part of this team's success. And the first two sets, it didn't show as much, and then after that they really took over. So really happy for them.
I want to talk about the freshmen a little bit. Like you said, you had three freshmen out there with Claire Wilson at setter, Morgan Carter got the start at libero, and then you had Lauren McCutcheon on the outside. And they all, you couldn't have told they were freshmen as that match wore on. I think Morgan was able to get that ball up on the final point even. Talk about what the freshmen were able to bring energy-wise and production-wise to the team today.
Well, and it's still learning. They're still learning, still getting better, and I think that excites us about them, is that they're not fully finished products yet, even though they're doing very well. There's still things that we're seeing that, like, man, if we can keep working on this, they're going to be really special. And I think they're already very good volleyball players. So, it's a process for them. I think when you're stepping in and trying to start as a freshman, it's as much mentally being able to take everything in, taking in all the feedback, taking in all the scouting, all the film and changing, and then being able to just go and play. And I think those three especially, but really that whole class and the 20 class as well, they've done a great job of just taking everything in, and then once they get on the court, just enjoying it and being good teammates and enjoy celebrating, playing good volleyball. So obviously we're really excited about the future, but we're trying to be as good of a volleyball team right now and starting again tomorrow morning as possible.